This is the start of the community stream for the day. So let's see that everything works. Stream should be on now. So this was my first time to start the stream by myself. No help from anyone. Let's hope that we get someone also here. Okay, now everything should be okay. I hope you hear me. I think we should ping people on the Discord. So so we get someone here besides me. I almost missed the broadcast because I was programming a new add-on for a bot, and it's a chat add-on for bots. It will capture all the chat messages from the opponents in JSON file, and you can download the JSON file on your computer, change the responses as you like, and then upload the JSON file with your bot to the arena. And it should be able to respond to the messages others are sending. So should be relatively easy to set up eventually once I get it running. Okay. Let's see now. Is there anyone online at the moment from the community? So it would be nice to have someone with me on the community stream. I think we got a couple of new bots, at least one. Fidolina is a new bot at the moment on the ladder. I haven't checked any games from that yet, so might do that at some point. I think Nick Bottlearns is also less than a week old. It does have some kind of machine learning aspect on it. There's quite a long description of it on the AI Arena, and I think it's uses machine learning for the build order. So I think the micro and is hard coded for the bot. So yeah, I hope Niknoc will join us at some point, and he can tell more about his bot. I think that will be awesome. That there's actually someone who has done it and explain what's going on. So I will be asking stupid questions, and Niknoc will be answering those questions. And I hope you have better questions than I have. So please feel free once he gets in to ask some questions regarding his bots. Meanwhile, we might have a look one of his replays. So with this, we can have a little taste what's coming from Niknoc. So yeah, I will take one replay from there. I think I'm not completely sure, but I think this is basically random build order that Niknoc is using at the moment. It hasn't learned anything from the ladder yet. There's let's say less than 100 games for it. So let's have a look how I presume random build orders are working at the ladder at the moment. Hello, Merkmore. I think you're with another nickname on the Discord, Merfolk. So okay, brilliant. Nice to meet you, Merk. Do you have a microphone? Do you want to join me on the stream? Okay. In that case, we need some help. I will ping staff. They have to add you as a caster, so after that you're able to participate in the cast. So okay. So it doesn't accept anyone, everybody, to join. I think this is rather okay. There has to be a reason why they have to accept everybody one by one for the cast. But yeah, we will wait until Niknoc gets permission to join and talk with us. I will go to the first game. Niknoc, I chose one of your games, and I presume this is the first game against this opponent. And I was wondering, is this build order completely random? I will start the game now. Yeah. So it hasn't learned anything yet. It will be in the future. And once you get with us into the stream, you can explain a little bit more. I think there's had been some machine learning bots previously. I think Infi made one with a Circ race, if I'm correct, and some others. There's Matt AI did use some kind of neural net, and well, we need someone who knows way more about machine learning than I am. So yeah. The Golden Wall, infamous Golden Wall. Nikbot is he's on the lower left corner, and Benbot as Red Terran is on the lower right corner. I think Nikbot is also playing as a Terran, was it? Okay. So there's some rules what it can do. So it won't build more workers than 22 times stone halls. Okay, so that's. I think there's a good reason for that. So it doesn't do completely idiotic stuff like build 200 workers and one CC. So that sounds cool. That sounds cool. And how about the micro? Is that hard coded completely, or is there some something like machine learning on that also? Okay, so this is just for the macro side of the bot. That sounds cool. I think it's easier to do like that. And if I did understand correctly, it's changing the build order quite fast between the iterations. It's not doing small changes. It's basically rewriting itself quite fast. I don't know how to what's the better way to say that. There was like a 50% chance adding something new in every step, or I don't remember anymore. Okay, so you decreased. So it's updating slower now. I think that's well, it's case dependent. So we will see in interest what's going to happen. It's ahead of our army supply at the moment, a little bit behind the workers. And when I was so also the speed of the updates will depend how well did it do last time. So when you're getting in the right direction, you will slow down the update speed. That sounds quite clever. Quite clever. I was going through your code a little bit. I didn't understand most of it, but anyway, as far as I know, it's not able to use every single unit for the Terran at the moment. Okay, is there are you planning to add support for more units, or will you go with this set for a while? Okay. So you're focusing on the machine learning first, and after that you will add units and so on. I think this is a good starting point for machine learning bot. I think you and Infi might have a quite interesting conversations regarding this topic. Seems to have really good army supply at the moment if you're looking at the current game. Unfortunately, there's no production tab available. I'm not going to do anything so I don't screw anything up. But Nikbot is already on 4 bases. Okay, so there's 1 out of 20 chance to remove a random action from the action list, which meant that 5% of the action from its best game were deleted in the next game. That sounds too much. Too much. So, are you keeping still that you can remove something from a good game, or have you reduced the ratio to a smaller one? Okay. So without replacing any action with a new action, that sounds could work. Yeah, 3% sounds quite good. It's still able to change, but not too much. And if it's doing worse than last time, is it going to modify at all the build order, the action space, or is it keeping the old one? Okay, so it will do new build order for every game. But if it's going in the wrong direction, how are you controlling that in any way? Okay, okay. So the closer we are winning the game, the less it will change. I hope there's someone from the staff that they can add you also. Okay, I just got information from Elad that you should be okay. Could you try to turn on your microphone from the Discord? Still stays suppressed.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, now I hear you. Brilliant.
Hello.
You managed to join us on our community stream. So unfortunately, there's always something small issues, but we managed to solve them.
It's just how it goes sometimes, huh?
Yeah. So what about the current game? What are you thinking about how's your bot is doing at the moment?
Well, on its first game for a specific opponent and map combo, it's really just like it's super hard to guess how it's going to do. It's just completely random, right?
Yeah, because basically the whole build order is random. There's no pre-made build orders. It's just making things up as it goes. Or does it make the build order before the game starts on the first frame?
So it makes it as it goes. So every
Okay.
frame there's a chance to generate a new action, and then it does that action on that frame.
Okay. Well, at least it's spending its minerals quite nicely.
Actually, for a first game, I think this went really well.
You're almost even in the worker count, and unfortunately those battle cruisers are building havoc. Lost Lucidity asks, how deep is the build order? I presume it's as deep as it needs to be, because it's building the build order constantly up. If there's no more actions, it will add one. Am I correct?
For the newest version of the bot, yes.
Okay.
For the version that we're watching right now, also yes, but a little worse.
Okay.
The newest version of the bot that I just uploaded like less than an hour ago.
Yeah.
That one, if it hits an iteration number that doesn't have an action, it generates a new one. So it'll have thousands and thousands of actions, right?
Okay.
This version that we're watching only has a small chance to add an action, so it can have a lot fewer actions, and it's also removing actions, which means that the action list is a lot.
Okay. It did really fine, in my opinion. So
yeah, I was surprised for sure.
Yeah. It will be interesting to see how far it will go. Of course, if it has limited units it can build, and I think there's a lot of limitations still. It might not go high on the ladder, but I don't think it's the point to go high at this stage for this bot. It's just to see how does it improve over many iterations on this
Hey,
chaotic
can you hear me, guys?
environment.
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
I can't hear you now.
Okay, hello. Was it Elad? Yaniv? It's
I don't
a
think
little
you
bit
can hear
difficult
us.
to pronounce that name.
Yeah, you're totally right though. The plan, I mean, the goal for the bot right now is not to get high on the ladder, because
Okay,
it
can you
doesn't
hear me
have...
now, guys?
Yeah, can
Yes.
you hear us?
It works! Yes, it works. Thank you. I was talking
Great.
I just realized I was talking to myself this whole time.
Sorry for that.
Yeah, it's okay. So I
Yeah.
was asking Nick, how did you train your bot before submitting it to the ladder, or is it like blank and just
So it's
do something random and goes from there, like from scratch on the ladder?
From scratch, basically. It's played against the in-game AI, but it keeps all that data separate from the opponents that it faces on the ladder. So it has,
so
it has some data, but not against ladder opponents.
Does that data get accessed for like making better decisions or something like that?
No, not for the latter opponents.
Oh, okay.
So when it first encounters a new map plus opponent combo, it's basically starting from scratch.
And that's insane. How did you make it work? Because I would imagine giving him like any possible action to choose from would have intense growing pains. Let's call it like that, where he tries all of the irrelevant actions first to determine that they are irrelevant, and only proceeds after that.
Yeah, you're dead on. It does do that. The only thing is, when it first starts out, it goes for quantity over quality. So it just does a new random action every single iteration, hoping that some of them are impactful. And then as time goes on and it starts to get a list of actions, it will hopefully mutate ones that aren't impactful to be more impactful.
Nice, I like it.
But yeah, the majority of the action list doesn't actually happen in the game because it tries to do that action and can't.
Sounds like some genetic algorithm.
Yeah, exactly.
I've read something about that, but this is the first time I've seen it's implemented anywhere. So yeah.
And there's a bit of a difference because typically with genetic algorithms, you have two parents that generate a bunch of different quote unquote DNA for like a bunch of children.
Yeah.
And then you take whatever's the best from those and you make them the new two parents. But this bot, all it does is create DNA for itself, and then it only has its past best game to go off of to determine what's better. So very similar, but not nearly as much as many iterations.
So it's like a asexual genetic
Yeah,
algorithm. It
yeah,
duplicates
like a
itself
sponge or
and
something.
yeah, sponge algorithm.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, cool. I really hope that it will work out, and I think you will get quite a bit of support from the community. And thumbs up for taking this challenge. So my
yeah.
original idea when I started programming bot was to make second alpha star. So
Oh yeah,
that was, of course, I wanted to do that, but
that would be
unfortunately,
awesome.
Say hello.
it wasn't
Hey,
so easy.
Ketroc.
Sorry.
I just said hello to Ketroc. We haven't seen him in some time.
Oh, we have Ketroc here. Welcome.
Hey. Yeah, I had to fly out of town in an emergency, so I've been gone for the last few weeks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I hope. Well, I hope everything is okay now, right? Since you're
Yeah,
here.
we're back to normal.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Brilliant. So good to have you here. So we were just watching a couple of minutes ago Niknoc bot playing its first game against Benbot PC, and unfortunately, it seemed it didn't win. But it's a machine learning bot, so nice to have one of those on the ladder also.
Yeah. How much of it is the machine learning?
Just the build order.
Builder? Okay.
Yeah, so
But but you broke it down to details. It's not like go to base all in or to go one base all in. It's like each mini step of the build order.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Okay.
So it doesn't choose like a specific build order. It chooses
Like chunks?
on
No,
Yeah, like
actions,
on
like single actions, right?
Oh, okay. So like
Yeah,
creates its
single
own build
actions.
order, basically.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I'm
that's
really
cool.
bad at StarCraft, so I don't know like any good build orders. So I figured let it build its own.
Yeah, that's probably good for machine learning.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. I think that would be way easier to do than trying to actually learn the build orders by myself. But congratulations! I hope it will work.
Yeah, me too.
Ketroc, now you're here. I have to ask, what's going on with your bot at the moment?
I just barely missed the SC2 AI tournament. I didn't get back in time to turn my bot back on. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I've had some progress. I got Banshee Harass working now, so I'm finally actually using my
yeah,
influence maps that I built
it's looking
so long ago.
impressive, man.
Yeah, it looks
I
really
had
good.
to say, it looks really good. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any replays you would like to share with us?
Yeah, I ran a couple tests on AI Arena, so I can load those up. I'll have to find it.
That would be brilliant. Please do so. I do have one replay I would like to share with you guys. What do you think, Ketroc, how long time it will take for you to find those replays? Because I do have one I
You go
would
ahead.
like to share because
Yeah, you can
hope,
go ahead. We will watch all of them. Don't worry.
yeah, there's actually, you know, I think all of you saw this game that Micro Machine was.
By the way,
falsely.
I have to say that we are watching Blunty beat Gensibot right now, which is impressive.
Yeah,
You notice Genzi's tanks all staged up in like a circle and trapped 5 of his own workers.
I
Oh,
didn't
no.
pay attention to the details, but
So weird thing with
I
siege tanks is when they siege up, they actually become like structures. So you can't mineral walk through them anymore. So he trapped a whole bunch of his own SCVs.
that's something that wasn't always the case, and I have no idea why they decided to turn siege tanks into
It's always been
something that can block mineral. No, I remember I used to put a siege tank right in the middle of my mineral line, and my workers would walk through it. At
I
least
mean, as
at
far as I
some point.
remember, it's always been that way. Only when it's sieged, though. When it's unsieged, you can mineral walk through it.
Yeah. I used to, like, when I just started playing the game, that was my solution for defending all ins, to put a siege tank in my mineral line. Then
Yeah, that is weird then.
brilliant.
yeah. Okay, so this game is
This is not
what,
yet.
Ketroc?
This
It's
is
not
not.
yet.
I think that's just an auto-generated game, auto-chosen.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
it
think
shows
we
it
have to
right
skip
before you
this one.
choose.
You can skip this time. I won't touch my keyboard this
Okay.
time. You
I'll
you
do
go ahead.
Exclamation mark N, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to explain a little bit about the micro for the Banshees? Or was it for the Ravens? What did you say?
No, it's benches.
Yeah.
He posted a screenshot of his influence painted in debug.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
I saw that, but I was working at the moment. I wasn't able to pay attention for it.
So I think he muted himself, by the way, Ketroc. You're muted right now. Yeah, it was Banshees.
Yeah, that Banshee harass video was really good.
Mind me, hey, what's up?
It will
Now we are hearing
Kind of
you.
try to go clockwise around the base unless it hits like the edge of the map or something like that. Then I'll turn around and try to go clockwise around the base, and it just targets as many workers as it can, kind of weaving around.
Okay.
And what are do you have rules like to decide? Let's say there is a missile turret in the middle of the mineral line, but it's only one, and you have like 5 banshees, and you can go in and kill like 6 walkers and get out without losing a single banshee. So does your bot know how to evaluate that it should go in a situation like that?
Yeah, so my bot's main army is Mass Banshee as well. So the main army knows to do that. It kind of evaluates the threat and decides whether it should dive in and kill the detector or not. But for my Banshee
Or just
harassers,
ignore
I'm
the
just-
detector, tank the damage, and move on. That's also an option.
yeah, but for my Banshee harass, it's just a single Banshee. So for that, I just stay out of the range of any threat. Unless it's like a
Okay.
really small threat. Like there is a threshold. Like if it's a single Marine, then I'll just tank it.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
My threshold is kind of based on the damage that would be incoming compared to the health of my Banshee. So
Yeah,
if my
that-
Banshee's on low
that's
health, then even like a sentry I'll cloak or run away from.
that's a good metric to evaluate that. I think it's a great idea actually.
Yeah. So often you'll see like my Banshee take a few shots from the Queen before it actually cloaks, and that's because it doesn't consider the Queen a threat until its health drops to a certain amount.
Okay.
That's actually a bug that I think you should fix. But um,
Well,
uh,
not
it's
always,
an edge
because
case, I think.
sometimes you just pass by a stalker, and you don't want to turn your cloak on then, because cloak costs 25 energy, right? Like, and when you turn on cloak, you need to keep it
Oh,
on.
okay. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, if you're not going to kill that stalker, you just need to get through it. Then yeah, you can tank a couple of shots and
Yeah.
keep going.
There's obviously edge cases where it's a really dumb thing to have, but I think for the majority of cases, it's good, or at least break even.
I think there's Banshee now going into the enemy main. I hope the observer will go there. No, it's
yeah,
another
that's
way
true. I'm not
around.
sure how much I'll see of it, but
Another way around. Additional pylons got something in your main.
I don't think so. I doubt it.
I think there's how do you call it? Not real unit.
Hallucination.
Phoenix.
Yeah, hallucination. Yeah.
He's one of the few people who actually micros as hallucinations.
Why not? It's free. It's like it could be better than a scan if you use it properly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they're always good for scouts, but most people just like send them in. They don't really care like what they encounter. He actually tries to like avoid damage with his hallucinations.
yeah.
So there goes my first
With,
Banshee now. I have 2 Banshee harassers, one that goes clockwise around the map, the other one that goes counterclockwise. So this one's just going base to base, clockwise around the map. You can see it's in the bottom right now.
Okay. And it's going until it finds something to shoot on.
Yeah, it hangs out around any base it's taken.
Okay. So it's not going any specific base. It just goes until it finds something.
Yeah.
well,
And then once the
it's
base dies,
pathing
I'll
in a
move on to
way
the
that
next one.
it's pathing in a way that it has to. If there is a base in one of these locations, it will see it.
Eventually find it. Yeah. And it seems that it's not targeting the closest one. It seems to be targeting the lowest health.
Yeah, I look at all the units around and I take their current health and divide it by their cost. And that's what I use to evaluate what to kill. So normally it's killing workers, but it might target like Templar before workers or sentries just because they're expensive
That's
and weak
yeah,
units.
yeah.
It also makes
And
sure it attacks like drones before Zerglings, even though Zerglings are less health.
Okay. So you're also taking account the cost of the unit.
Yeah.
Is that something that's available on the API?
Yep. If you go to, well, in Java, it's unit type data. There's a, I think in Python you guys have like a JSON file that has all that information.
Yeah. I think you can look up like it's just like you look up a unit's range or whatever. You can look up its mineral and gas cost.
Okay.
The nice thing about the health too is like if there's an ultralisk that's a couple of hits from dead, then it'll target the ultralisk before the drones.
Yeah, and that's the correct decision to make. That's really good.
And then if he gets
That's
below 50
cool.
health, he'll head home
Okay.
and get replaced with another Banshee. Even when he heads home, it's always the same pathfinding, so it's pretty good at staying alive.
That's insane.
Yeah, this Banshee is going to town here.
So it always it has a direction like clockwise or counterclockwise, but if it's leaving the range of probes, then it'll switch. So you'll notice it'll go right until it can't see probes anymore, then it'll switch directions and come back.
Okay.
Sometimes they weave way out of position. Like they're supposed to be attacking the 5th, but just in their pathfinding, they'll end up in the main base somehow when they're just avoiding damage.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. That was unexpected. I kind of thought okay, if it encounters a cannon, it might just get stuck, just sitting outside the range of the cannon and be stay there forever. But they
Yeah.
wander all over the place looking for a way in.
This looks
That's-
really cool.
Ketroc, I have to say that you gave me, I think today and yesterday, like 2 metrics that are really good, and I think I'm going to use them with my bot as well. One was what you just described before what you just said, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, health and cost ratio.
Yeah, exactly. To evaluate what's the juiciest target, or what is the correct target, actually. The optimal target. I don't know. Call it whatever you want.
You may even want to value the gas cost more than the minerals too. I'm not sure.
It depends, but you can add flags to it. Like if you also know that the opponent is very dry on gas, like his build is gas heavy, then maybe you should target gas units. Like I think that's definitely a decision that can be made.
I mean, my bot often goes to the late game, so if you end up in a game of attrition, you always run out of gas before you run out of minerals, especially for our bots. Our bots love the high-tech units.
Yeah. By the way, there is, I don't know if you watched last week community stream, but we watched a game of someone who plays Mass Raven really nice. It reminded me of your human style.
Oh yeah.
And it really looked like you. So I was wondering if you know the guy or anything. Savelas, do you remember the name?
No, I don't remember the name, but it was one of the new bots, and it definitely didn't look like a new bot.
No, exactly.
I'll have to check that out.
It was
I mean, this
something.
Banshee harass was originally supposed to be my Raven harass. I wanted to make a master Raven bot, but the more I think about it, I'm like, it's just going to be a really terrible version of Banshee harass.
Well, you should see what he did there. He really thought it out. Like he has Helions that keep Marines away from the Ravens. He has Cyclones that lock on Vikings, and the Raven just get free value over and over and over, while he has some support units covering them.
I can't find it, and I don't remember the name. So, but it did look really nice.
1 second, I'll take a look.
Bomb Shaker, was it?
I think so. In the information in his profile, he said that the name was chosen by his 4-year-old. So.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Just trying to find that one from the ladder. So Yes, it's a bomb shaker. That's the one.
Anyway, so he really reminded, like if someone would have asked me who is the author of this bot, I would have said Ketroc. Let's just say it like that.
Another really
Well,
nice thing about this Banshee Harass is it finally gives me scouting information. A lot of times I
yeah,
get caught off guard by my opponent's composition, but if you're always being aggressive, then you always get a good idea what their composition is.
yeah. I just added this week. Now my bot understand what's. I think the first Protoss building is programmed in, so it should be able to start soon understanding what it's saying on the Protoss main base.
Oh, nice.
Eventually, not yet.
So how do you use different things to identify, like if you're getting one base all in or something like that?
I
Because
do
usually
have
it comes from that information, what you see in their main base.
I do have something for the Zerg already. So if I, with my first scouting SCV, if I see an active spawning pool, that's assumption that they are searching for the link speed, and that's really early in the game. So they're probably going to harass or go some
Your
kind of
SCVs are repairing each other. I like it.
yeah. This is from me. This I meant to say something about the micro machine versus. I don't remember who was doing this 4-worker harass against micro machine and the micro
Spiny
spiny. Yeah,
in Probots, yeah.
yeah. This is some kind of example also how things can go wrong. So at the moment it seems I'm faring okay.
You don't
I'm
have
faring
money to repair.
yeah.
You
There's
need minerals.
one SCV mining minerals and
Yeah, you needed more money to repair.
normally I win, but there's
Maybe you win this.
there's every single time edge case
Yeah.
because I don't think one probe is an danger to my bot. So there's only one probe left. So
So you let him just attack all of your SCVs. Oh,
Oh
this is
no.
painful. Oh, the terror. Oh no. Not like this.
no, the only single worker went out of sight, so I think the danger is over already. So no more worker rush defense code active. Yeah, but unfortunately, I
Well,
think we
that's how you win and then lose a game.
yeah.
I think that's a
But
good example.
to make things more interesting, I'm still building SCVs, and I'm keeping up more or less. And unfortunately, you have to keep up with a couple of minutes because there will be something happening soon.
I think we talked about memory last week. One thing
Yes.
you should start remembering that will help you evaluate what's going on during the game is
Yeah.
keeping tags on like how many kills does this scouting probe has. If it's more than 8, maybe something wrong is going on here, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Unfortunately, I cannot go fast forward 1 minute or so. But anyways, I was laughing for Micro Machine, and once I saw this, I wasn't laughing anymore. I wish I.
Loco, Locopoyo, you can't, as far as I know, but if you see it kill units, you can do your own bookkeeping from what, I mean, this is all inside Vision.
Yeah.
So
You can always have some kind of dictionary for kills if you want to have, but you have to do that by yourself. Sustainable growth.
yeah,
anyways, I'm having a little bit more SCVs than I had before, and I think
how Terran can win this if I think there is like a hard-coded rule like don't build a barracks before we have X SCVs, right? Or something like that. So that probe is not going to allow SCVs to reproduce. I'm sorry.
it will build barracks once it gets to 150. That's now, and
okay.
so it should be building barracks, and
That's it. One Reaper, one Marine, whatever. Just get with something that shoots and you win the game. Or I should say something that is willing to attack that probe.
yeah, and now I sent my scouting.
Oh, you don't have money. You don't have enough money for a Marine.
No,
no.
I don't have money for the Marine.
Oh no, dude.
But there's again
Maybe your ACV can win the game for you.
No,
I mean, Terran OP, you can fly your building.
The SCV won't attack the enemy main, but I will float off my CC one that's damaged enough. So this is how do you call it? Get away from the danger goat. So
I can't believe that your bot has a reaction to this situation. Like he actually lifts his CC and lands it somewhere. That's impressive, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a reusable code you can probably use on expansions as well.
Yeah.
No reason to have it not work on your main.
And now I got my scout back. I should have again mineral income.
Mineral income, yeah.
And the Marine will save the day.
Wow.
Well, woo, we got there. We did it, Houston. Terran OP, I agree.
I had to share that one with you because I think it was hilarious.
Yeah, that one is really funny.
So what we have next? If anyone has good games, bad games, happy games, sad games, or anything between, please share with us. It would be a pleasure to see some interesting replays with you guys.
Sorry, am I a bit too late?
No,
hey,
welcome.
Crypt.
Hello.
What's up?
Hey guys. Yeah, sorry, I've been out all day and I only just got back in time, so I didn't know if you were just finishing up.
No.
No?
We are.
Okay, cool.
I think we will be here for a little bit more. So nice to have you here. So it was really
great.
nice show on Sunday, I have to say.
Monday?
Yeah.
No?
Sunday.
Sunday? Okay.
Sunday,
yeah. Cheers. No, I got Jan Bushy on. Finally, like I've been wanting to get him on for ages.
Finally. I must agree.
Yeah, no, he's really good though. He's done a good job. So,
yeah, he really did, and I personally really enjoy people commentating on their own bots.
That's
I
what
think you
say.
get it's much more interesting to hear their thoughts during their bot executing something.
Yeah, I like that as well.
It is good, but normally for the tournament, like my only worry with that is because normally, like, I'll show all the replays on the stream and then release the replays to the bot authors in the big block, like the day after or something. And my worry about that is if you're in a tournament, I give the replays to the person whose bot it is a day earlier than everyone else. So it's kind of like a little bit unfair. But
I didn't mean. Obviously that cannot happen. We cannot arrange every game to be casted by the authors of the bots. I'm just saying that on the occasion that it does happen, I really enjoy it.
yeah, no, I think it worked out really well this time. And also, like this time, I released the replays immediately after the stream, so hopefully it didn't give too much of an advantage to Bushy. I don't think it did.
Well, if he wins, doubt will be written in history forever. No,
I doubt it, to be honest.
he got the replays one day earlier. It did not count. Yeah, that's
no,
what
I
they're
think it's got a really good bot anyway, so there's a chance he's going to go far in it. So yeah, it looks to be shaping up really well. I do like the new format a lot better than the old one.
Yeah, it seems interesting. The games are going fast forwards, and the games are interesting. So I think it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoy exploring the. I feel like we get to explore much more of the late game of the bots, using tier 3 units and doing all the crazy stuff that normally in a game that ends with one bot doing an all-in, and then either it works or it doesn't, but that's the game, you know.
Yeah.
So you do. We got to see a lot more lately, I feel.
Yeah, it seems to be the bots are getting better all the time. Like I'm constantly amazed at what people are doing. It's really cool.
Yeah, I feel like
as a new bot author, it's pretty intimidating to see what people are doing. It is super awesome, but it's like, wow, I can't imagine how I'm going to take that down, you know?
Sure. Well, I think
I missed that tournament. I didn't really care about like how I placed. I just wanted revenge against Spiny, but I didn't get back in time to turn my bot back on.
Oh damn.
Yeah. I think just
maybe being pro bots, I put a lot of work into fixing all the holes he found.
Yeah, he did some good research. We gotta give him that in Probots. He found some very unique bugs, I think.
Yeah. So
I had something to say.
I was kind of impressed by Additional Pylon's new tactics as well. I know he didn't quite get through in the end, but like at least he's updating his bot now, and like there's some new tactics in there, and it looks promising. Hopefully, we'll see some more of that. Which should be good.
Yeah, very much. I definitely agree there. I think he just maybe got slacked in the macro a little bit. That was the only thing that was obvious to me. Like, I didn't see anything wrong with like decision making or stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it seems to be getting better. It's really weird because last time he didn't update at all and managed to get through to the semi-finals, and this time like he's updated and so it's gone out in the first round, which is like kind of a bit counterintuitive, but you know I think it's still good progress there.
6 different counter lists. That's interesting. That's also an interesting approach. Like to be able to just label what your opponent is doing and have a pre-made response.
Yeah, that's.
I think Additional Pylon often does it like unit by unit. Like, okay, he's making a lot of Zerglings. I'll get Colossus. He's making a lot of.
Yeah, well, I think I mean in if you think like a human, it makes it more simple to comprehend when you split it to groups like that. But I feel like bots can do it better. They can just, like you said, calculate army value in total and just adjust the composition based on some formula that we need to do some work to get that formula correct. But once we're there, I don't think you need a build to counter a build. You just need to know what the other guy is doing, and you can choose the best action from there.
That's my idea. Also, I'm not evaluating army composition at the moment at all. I'm just trying to, in the early game, find the buildings. Is the Zerg going speedlings all in? Is it going Roach Ravager maybe, or something like that? So I will take the first push and hold my position for the first push, and after that I will build my own composition and try to hope for the best.
Yeah, that might be one of the best ways to do it, I think.
I'm just sharing what I find the most interesting problems, right? At least right now, in this stage of me coding my bot. This needs a lot of thought to be done correctly, I feel.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's not like if he has lings make Hellions. It's how many lings does he have? Like if you see one ling, it can trigger your Hellion reaction, which is completely wrong because he went for, I don't know, something else, Utah's
Yeah.
or whatever.
It may
Yeah.
also only work with Protoss. Protoss is one of the, like with the other races, there's many compositions you can make that just doesn't work at all. With Protoss, you can kind of do any number of anything, and as long as they fight together, it kind of works. So that way you can just
Yeah.
have
Okay, he's making
future
units. I'm
design
getting
your
all in.
composition based on
Yeah,
your opponent.
and you can just flip a coin to decide if he's all in you blind at the beginning of the game. That works too, because
Yeah.
half of the more than half of the time it's going to be an all in, and scouting is just wasting resources.
Yeah. So one interesting thing I noticed, I think Three-Way Lover was doing against Spiny, it's like if Spiny notices like I think a certain number of zealots, it thinks it's the zealot all in. So I think Three-Way Lover was just kind of like producing a certain number of zealots and then making sure that they were getting seen by the overlords, and then kind of doing other things behind that, which is quite cool.
Yeah, I think Yamabushi is the silent king of finding exploits in other bots.
I think
He's the king of counters.
yeah, I think that's the coolest feature on well, I would like to say Three-Way Lover, but Yamabushi, he's able to take advantage from somewhere that no one has tried to look before. So yeah.
He can do quite well reverse engineer of how you code your bot and and find where it doesn't do what you would want it to do and abuse that.
Yeah.
There's always some fun cheese around, you know. It's not even cheese though. It's just kind of like countering your opponent, which is a sensible thing to do. So
Yeah.
but yeah, the quarterfinals are looking interesting. So I'm particularly looking forward to the Micro Machine versus Sharpened Edge quarterfinal, which is going to be fun.
Oh, interesting. Sharpened Edge, when did it receive the latest update?
So
The
there was an
last
update for the tournament.
Because he's kind of stopped coding it. He's working on
Yeah.
Harvester now.
Yeah, there was an update for the tournament, so I'm not sure if it was like a big update or just fixing a few bugs. But
Okay. Is there are the participants allowed to update the bot during the tournament?
yes, so basically there's only one update window. So essentially, you submit the bot for the group stages, and then you can update for the elimination games, and then that's it.
Okay. I do like that there's two different formats. Probots is doing their thing, and SC2 AI is doing its own thing. I think it's a really good thing that we are having two different types
Yeah,
of tournaments.
I think it works well. I think Probots works well when you can update more often, because like in a double elimination. So if you go down into the lower bracket and meet the same bot that you met in the upper bracket, it's kind of like if you haven't updated, you're always going to get the same result. But obviously, if you've got more update windows, then that kind of eliminates that a bit and makes it a bit more interesting.
Yeah, it's also I've said it before. It's demanding more resources from the authors, and I'm not sure how often we can handle such tournaments that authors has to find the time to fix bugs. And
1972. Is this another new bot?
I think it's been
I
around
think
for a
so.
few weeks. Yeah, I think it's quite new though.
Yeah, it's quite new. It hasn't been around for a long time. It's been uploaded 10th of September, so it's 12 days old.
Okay, I thought it was actually older than that. Maybe I saw it before.
Well, this game is over. Do we have anything in queue right now? Guys in the stream, anybody wants to order a game?
I've not seen any.
I don't. Well, I do have one game, but I don't think that will be interesting enough for the stream. So.
Why not?
Well. Yeah. Okay. I can show this, but if we don't have anything else, but I think the quality of the. Well, you can see something new in this. Well, not new, but something I'm working on at the moment.
I have a new
I will
cheese
skip.
strategy. I just need to run it on AI Arena, and then I can load it up.
Yeah.
You have what? I'm sorry, Ketroc?
A new cheese. I was developing it to try to snipe Micro Machine with on.
I remember
robot.
the offensive bunker rush with 3 SCVs or something like that.
That's the one I threw together on the last day, which I can't believe lost. Actually, it went 79-1 in my testing.
It only lost because there was no follow up. It actually did its work. Like it contained him, and you could have been on like 4 bases with 90 ACVs by the time he just takes his natural. But for some reason, I remember your bot was taking it pretty easy, going for late game units without getting more economy.
Yeah, well, it probably has to invest a lot into it, so it can ramp up really quick. I never actually watched the games I tested. I just know I did all the different MM strategies and on different maps, and it went 79-1. So I'm like, okay, I got this week wrapped up.
Yeah,
But that's really
that sucks.
that's the build I put together at the last second. It was kind of my TVP bunker contained. I just morphed it, but I was working on a different cheese to beat Micro Machine. And it didn't pan out. It didn't work versus Micro Machine, but it does work versus every other bot. So now I have this like fallback cheese that I can use on everyone else.
I want to see it now. Now I want to see it.
It's like super undeserving. Okay, it just finished running. I can. Let me see it. Let me make sure it actually won before I hype myself. Oh no, sorry, it's running now. It's not done yet.
Oh, the game is running. You have a game running right now?
Yeah, I didn't run it on AI Arena, so it's quick, so I'll be able to
okay.
soon.
This one is something I wanted to. This strategy is something I'm trying to improve.
Oh, it's the big bombs.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I personally I don't know how to use nukes correctly in the game, so I'm just trying to make nuke rush. But unfortunately, there's downsides for it. So basically, I will spend all my minerals on one card, basically. Niknoc has replay. I will queue that up.
Nice.
So this is the way I understand the nuke meta when it comes to bots. So
Yep.
Yeah, we're Ketroc. I think his microphone is turning off randomly, and
Okay. That's
Maybe it
unfortunate.
was. Maybe it's the bot nuke beta was so secret that someone just cut him off with admin power. Just like, no, you
Oh,
can't
yeah,
tell them
yeah.
the secrets.
yeah. They're shutting it up as we speak. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
think
NSA
that,
coming in.
it's been replaced with an AI, guys. But don't worry.
Yeah.
It's almost the same.
yeah.
Hey, Ketroc. Hey.
what happened? I feel like
That's a-
sometimes I'm speaking and then everyone just goes silent and like, wait, no, that's my connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Definitely happens.
Okay.
Good to have you back.
Yeah, it's like my nephew. When he closes his eyes, then nobody can see him. You know.
We actually did that with when we got my friend got the first video camera. He took his little brothers on the screen, stopped recording, and told them to go away. And then we watched from the television that they disappeared, and everybody was acting that they disappeared really. So after it was fun for a while, but after that, not anymore. They were really afraid that if nobody will see us again, so we had to stop it quick. So.
That's oh my god, that could be so stressful.
But on this replay, Nuke did hit on Golden Armada's base, so there's 2 workers left. But unfortunately, I don't have any army. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, there will be no plot twists in this game. So it just
You're
has.
saying that SCVs doesn't beat stalkers and all that?
No, even when you have more of them. I think Winter said at some point more stuff beats less stuff, but it has to be correct stuff anyway.
I think all you need here really is a bunker and 5 SCVs ready to repair it at the top of the ramp, and you're fine. Of course,
Right.
4 Marines in the bunker. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe one.
I think you could have had it at this point of the game. I think.
Yeah. Work in progress.
Yeah.
Bunker and a dream.
Bunkers are not good against immortals, but if you have enough SCVs ready to repair from the very first second the bunker is taking damage, then you can hold off immortals.
Yeah, but that also relies on you having enough mineral income to actually pay for the repairs as well.
Yeah.
So
I
if
think
you
this replay. This is from Mind Me.
oh, cool.
Let's see how many games do we have. I think we have to quit or there's only one game after this one. Should we check these 2 games and call for the night, or what do you think?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Rough immortals are not good. They're only good against armored stuff, which is a lot of units that we love, but Marines tear down immortals pretty easily. Like it's not even.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. That should help me a little bit against Protoss, because I'm struggling against Protoss units, especially when they come in with the Stalker immortal composition.
Yeah, if
Okay,
you
so
got,
the counters. I'm sorry, go Crypt.
I say if you've got a few zealots to actually tank for it, then it's still actually pretty good against that. So it just need zealots in front.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the counters you should be aware of are like Marauder for Stalkers and Viking for Colossus and Marine for Immortal. Definitely, Marines for Immortal. Marines are also for Zealots actually, if you don't go like Helions or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Marines will tear through zealots pretty quickly, but if you've got something behind the zealots to back that up, then that's pretty.
Yeah, something usually something with splash damage like a Colossus or something like that. The
Yeah,
Marines won't be alive long enough to kill the Zealots.
yeah. My God, what the hell is it building in this base? That's like how many? So he's got 20 out of 95 supply.
Yep, he's not going to be hungry.
No,
No, it's not.
haven't you heard the mass pylon strategy?
Did,
Wait,
did,
is
did
that
Howitzer,
that's a blue
Howitzer-
gate? Those are blue gates. They're in the okay.
Oh
Okay.
God! Wow, that's pretty impressive.
That's a proxy.
I mean, like, it's a good way to avoid spending the extra money on the warp gate technology. If you can just build the gates in their base, you don't have to warp in now. You just got the gates there. So
Yeah,
you save the money that you would spend on that.
yeah.
And way less travel time.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. If I do remember correctly, Howitzer did have some kind of machine learning.
Doogie Howser, that's a mind means machine learning bot. I think he got here by himself by learning
Yeah.
how to cannon rush better and better and better.
Yeah.
Nice.
this is really interesting way of handling things.
That's really impressive, though. He's got all this just from machine learning.
Yeah, it's like you're going to focus on two strategies. Both of them involve building your buildings in their NAT and main, and you can try to improve from there by yourself.
Yeah.
It's like you're not allowed to build in your main. No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a strategy.
Yeah.
It seems to be
This is
working.
just insane. The harvester is actually going down for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Proxy cannon forgate to build your base in his base. It works.
This looks like so Bronze League.
It's pretty much like you had the entire map to build your base. Why you have to build it next to mine?
It would be just as effective if it was outside the natural ramp, right? In a slightly more hidden spot. But this is just
but less style points if you did that.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
The harvester is running the probes from main to the natural, and the howitzer is chasing them up and down.
Oh wow. Yeah, Harvester's just not finding any income at the moment.
No, this is an exploit, just like what Spiny did against Micro Machine.
Yeah.
Like
Yes, it is.
if the bot doesn't respond properly, it will lose. There's nothing to do here.
Yeah. There's one worker left. If that's gone, then that's a game.
I think we just need some Benny Hill music for those zealots.
I mean, Harvester has a ranged unit.
What would you build right now if you're the harvester? I don't know what I want even. I mean, I need probes, right?
I hope he keeps making zealots so you can just kite him forever.
Oh god.
I think this is the game. No workers for the harvester.
That's it. He can't earn money in any way, right?
Yeah, but the
Well,
only thing
He can
Doggy
win if
Howitzer is
Doogie runs out of.
He can
money.
actually win with perfect micro if Doogie doesn't, and looks like Doogie is not going to expand or do anything other than what it's doing right now. So
Oh, could you imagine if Harvester were actually to win this one?
no way. No fucking way.
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
But is there a code for a harvester if you don't have any workers left? Attack the enemy, search and destroy.
it's kind of doing that, but it's finding a zealot and then it kites it back over and over and over.
Is there a cannon for the howitzer still alive?
Yeah, there is one.
Okay. Does it have good enough micro to kill the cannon? Is the stalker and adept enough to kill a
I'm
cannon?
curious to see what's going to happen when Doogie Howser runs out of minerals in his main. Because right now, all he cares about is sending another zealot into its death over and over. But
I don't think there's any way you can take out a cannon with just a single stalker and an adept. I mean, I might be wrong.
He might
Yep.
send out the adept to the opposing side of the map, and then when the adept comes back, it might kill the powering pylon. That's the only way I can see this not being a draw.
Yeah.
Because
It's
if the stalker
possible.
kills the ones in the front.
I think the stalker can kill the powering pylon from the high ground. Maybe not the left one, the one in the middle. I'm not sure how to get that one actually. Yeah, the adept can get it.
Okay,
but
this
the
game will last
question
20 minutes.
is harvester elegant enough to send the adept like behind the cannon and attack that? I doubt it.
No. And also, how many mineral patches are left? And if there are more mineral patches, does he then just go and mine the next one, long distance mining?
Yeah, that's.
We have 6 minutes of the game more. I will spoil this one. Doogie Howitzer will win this one, so I think we can.
One of the zealots got a shot.
Oh no, we have to see this to completion.
Yeah,
Last 6 minutes must be seen.
Okay,
I mean,
we will wait. We will wait.
I mean, in real time, it's like 2 minutes, right?
Yeah.
It's not.
We're running this double speed at the moment, or 4 times.
I think it's 4 times. It looks like 4
Okay.
times.
Okay, then we can wait. It's not so long time, so we can see how does it end. I'm betting the cannon will kill.
Like, how else can he win?
Like this, what we see here. I want a bot that can understand on the 100 zealot that sending it alone up that ramp might be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to prevent this type of thing happening. So, example for the Hellions, I do have a maximum limit that my bot can train in a single game.
Really?
Yes.
That's okay.
So
there could be.
Mining. I see the ending right now.
Yeah.
He's going to die to the cannon because the zealots are coming out slower.
Oh
and then after
my
he dies to
God.
the cannon, then the zealot will be able to win the game.
Yeah. It will be the hero cannon.
So it works. So
yeah. So here's his dying to the cannon. Actually,
it will take the game.
Oh my God! I have no idea how Doogie Howser wins this. it looks like it should
because
lose.
his economy slowed, is that he's going to win. Because now the harvester can dig forward far enough to die to the cannon.
He's taking damage, yeah.
Once he dies to the cannon, like the zealots will always come because he distance mines after he loses his main.
Wait. So he's lost the adept.
Well, we can't see what it's building for some reason. Oh, a pylon. Okay.
So he's lost the
Pylon.
adept, which means that the stalkers are going to catch him there. Oh god!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Check.
Okay.
All right,
That
next
was
one.
Doogie
That was
Howser.
Doogie Howser. Yeah, that was brilliant. Okay, now we can skip to the next
Yeah.
game. I will.
So what is the lesson, kids? Don't listen to Elad and keep sending those zealots one by one.
Yeah,
This is how you win those games.
yeah, exactly.
I'm just joking, but this is also a classic example of I wouldn't say wrong training, but like the bot got to win, right? So it
Yes.
has to consider its actions as good actions during that game.
Yeah,
At least it resulted in a win.
A win is a win. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously,
win
good
is a win.
strategy. Yeah.
This is a good strategy in bot world.
Yeah,
it wouldn't
I
work-
agree. I'm just saying that it might register to itself. Well, sending zealots, 100 zealots upper ramp one by one, even though every single one of them die without dealing any damage to anything.
Yeah,
This brings me a win, so I'll keep doing that.
yeah. So there's something more to be done. So we haven't solved problem StarCraft 2 yet.
No, I'm just raising like the challenges of machine learning.
Yeah.
These are the big ones, I feel.
And the last game for the night, at least for me, it seems to be Nikbot learns against Kakamine. Nikbot was the bot that we spoke earlier. It's a machine learning bot also.
Nice.
So this is how it performed against Kagamine with 0 training data. Ends up taking like 20 minutes and it almost wins.
Okay.
I was actually super surprised when I watched this.
Okay, let's have a look what's going on here. Kagamine is not an easy opponent. It's actually pretty damn good. Unfortunately, it's crashing on one of the maps at the ladder at the moment. It's not compatible with one of the maps, so that's the reason for the overall ranking to be so low for the Kagamine.
Yeah, the Java API's had some fixes since the last time HJax has worked on Kagamine.
Okay.
So he's got some wrong unit IDs. I think he uses the built-in expansion location detector, which is like terrible. I never use that. So on maps that have like mineral walls, it probably completely breaks.
Okay, I understand. So that's the reason it's going. It's breaking on the golden wall.
Could be, yeah.
I hope HX will do something with his bot later on. It's been pleasure to follow how Kagamine has been doing. But at the moment, Nikbot has almost equal amount of workers and army supply compared to Kagamine.
Yeah.
I'm down 2 bases though.
Yeah, it's normal to be down a couple of bases against Zerg, so it's not the end of the world.
It's going to be very soon when Kagamine gets workers, but he's making links. I don't know why. He's still making. Oh, he knows it's a 1 base, so he's assuming he's getting all in, I think.
Yeah. 1 base all in.
Because
post-forwarded
he
this
can
link,
see
goes
that
back.
the Terran doesn't expand.
And now it's getting back home because the Terran expanding, I presume.
I'm not sure if he saw the expansion. I don't think he did.
No, he's making spines. He saw a bunch of Marines and he's making defenses now.
Yeah, he
Okay.
specifically saw no expansion, so he's probably still flooding lings.
We're missing the action. Yeah, they can't fight that.
Yeah,
At least.
that's a lot of links.
Yeah, but he has Nickbot has just as many Marines. Like
Yeah.
it's almost the same number, so there's no chance the
Marines
Lynx
are
can
1-1.
fight it.
I think Kagamini wins that fight if he takes it in the open. He runs past and then engages, so he gets a full surround the way he micros his Zerglings.
So Raf told on the chat that Hchex got a job, and he was complaining that he had no idea what to do with the bot. I ran to that same wall with myself, so with my bot. So I stayed away for a while, and now I'm back. So we still might get Hchex back. So I'm still hopeful.
For me, I just need to watch a replay, and then I'll see like 1,000 dumb things my bot does. I'm like, okay, there's 1,000 things I can add to my list.
Yeah. I mean, how? I doubt he really got to a point where he didn't have anything to improve his bot, to add to his bot, new features, whatever.
I think he likes to keep things very generic with his bot, so he doesn't want to say like, okay, like if this scenario, then do this. He likes to have like just like a very broad response to everything. In
I
that regard,
respect that,
he
and
may have reached an end.
I respect that, but every rule has exceptions. There are
Yeah.
always edge cases you have to take into account.
Yeah. But it could be that you can just lose motivation for some reason. It doesn't even have to be bot related. It could be something from your personal life. You actually find something better to do.
What are you talking about? There is nothing better to do.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. But Nickbot is doing relatively nicely in this game. It
Yep.
does have an army lead. Even though it's a little bit behind on workers, but the army lead is quite nice.
Well, Kagamine is in a spot where he can. He doesn't have the bank, but he has the larva to get an army going whenever he wants.
Yeah.
I mean, in addition to the units he already has, like 5, 6 bases mining now. Not mining, like 4 of them are mining, but that's a lot. He has 84 workers.
Yeah. This might be the tipping point. Nickbot just has to go across the map and do some damage for the Kagamine. Otherwise, it will be wasted. But I'm really impressed. Even though this is the first game for Nickbot again on this map against his opponent, it's doing really fine. Even though it's random, it's just build something.
Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't look so random to me, or maybe it chooses Marines because they're cheap and it's always low on minerals, so it doesn't get to choose expensive stuff. That could be why. But it
Yeah, I
looks
think
like
that's
a
it.
pretty rounded composition. Like there is a
Yes,
nice
it does.
ratio there.
Yes,
Right,
it
Nick?
does.
Yeah, as far
And
as what it
it has
trains,
still
it-
army lead.
it's completely random.
Yeah.
I think you're right though that it ends up making a lot of Marines because it's low on minerals so often.
And he wants to
they're
spend it
cheap.
on something. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something that every author has to deal with, like how to reserve money for expensive units. Because if you just tell your bot to spend it as soon as possible, you will never get there.
Yeah. How I did solve it,
Sometimes.
once I get the initial Marines, I do build Marines after like when my bot has like 300 minerals, and everything above that I will dump in the Marines. But I'm trying to spend it beforehand for something else. But if there's for some reason there's a mineral bank, I will dump the minerals for Marines.
I think Nikbot is going to win this.
That's what I thought too.
There's actually a chance for it.
Well, now, as soon as I've said it, right, it's taking a horrible engagement. But before that,
Yeah. The problem is, look at the army supply and the worker lead. So essentially, yes, it could win this engagement, but then Kegamani would have lots behind that to back it up.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Kagamina is
It was
also
actually-
borrowing. So
It was a decent engagement, but being down 2 bases to 7, you gotta take an amazing engagement and continue
Yeah.
to keep pushing.
Yeah.
Like this push has to go and kill like 4 bases, and then he's in the game.
this
Yeah.
push just has to beat 3 armies of the same size to win the game. Like,
Yeah.
there
So
are
are
2
you-
more waves. I'm sorry.
Are
Go,
you
Crypt.
gonna go and tell those Marines that, or shall I? Yeah. It's like, imagine you're a Marine in that army. Yes, we've just won a battle, and it's like, oh, by the way, you got 2 more of those armies just over there, and if you could just take that base out back there as well, that'd be great. Thanks.
Yeah.
the only job for the Marines is to die on the battlefield.
They have
That's my opinion.
families.
Yeah, that's not nice to say.
Yeah,
But yeah, they're infantry.
Yeah.
you're probably right though. Yeah.
But well, I think I'm quite safe to say that before. Well, any of the bots don't have ears yet, so
Oh yeah, I know. Just Marine is the only unit that you can compare to something real, you know?
yeah.
Well, I guess any Terran unit, really.
Yeah.
Nobody is going to blame you of being racist because you hate Protoss, right?
Goddamn racists.
Yeah, exactly so. Exactly so.
It got
I
one
mean,
base.
come on. Yeah.
This is I don't know, man. Kagamina is bleeding units.
And if
And
you look at the losses
Medivac,
graph,
yeah.
He, after he loses
Kagamina
his
has
main,
lost 4 times more units.
Yeah, look at the losses. Imagine if Nikbot was on 4 or 5 bases.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just insane. But unfortunately, Nikbot will eventually run out of minerals, and I think Kagamine has blocked the 3rd expansion. It looks like it.
I don't know, man. It looks like Kagamina won't have anything left before those minerals run out.
Okay.
That's the thing. You don't have to kill the army. They can stay borrowed. If you kill the structures, you win the game.
Yeah.
This is actually interesting, but I definitely will follow how Niknoc will improve its gameplay.
Definitely. It's
Yeah.
fascinating.
Well, I think
Yeah.
we've got a few machine learning bots now. There's Doggy Hewitt's Harvester and Nickbot. So it should be interesting to see which one of those kind of takes over. That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
I think is the Doogie Hamster is it pre-learned and it's not learning anymore?
I'm
Yeah.
not sure, actually.
Doogie Howitzer, on the biography, it says on the last line, but doesn't not train on arena. So it's teaching is done, and now it's showing off what it can do.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
But Nickbot is learning game by game.
Yeah, Nickbot is the exact opposite. There's like no training data.
You are just throwing children on the how the wolves den.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. They learn the hard way.
Yeah. You learn to run or you die.
Well, this is evolution in a nutshell.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Well, this been so great.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I think
Why the I'm sorry. Why does the bot decide to pull back now? Like, is that also one of the decision it makes, or is there a condition for that?
it's so all of the unit micro is pre-scripted. So that's not it's just a condition that like if it doesn't have 200 supply used, it won't push out. It knows nothing about the enemy army. It doesn't track any of that stuff.
I see. Okay.
So it just goes back to its base.
So basically, the actions, the only actions the bot is choosing by itself is what to build, what to produce, right?
Yeah, what to train and what to build,
Okay.
and research upgrades.
Yeah, anything that is
Spending minerals, yeah. Spending
let's call it
resources.
macro. Let's call it.
Yeah,
The
macro.
bot is doing macro, right?
yeah. And the micro is hard coded.
Yeah,
for that.
that definitely makes sense to me. I think it's a great idea to try
Yeah.
to train a macro manager of sort.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish. I feel like my micro is really bad, so I'm hoping that as the macro gets better, I can just work on the micro, and then it'll be a good bot.
Yeah.
It looks like it's in the right direction, man. I mean, it's holding its ground. It's on high supply. It's not expanding beyond the natural right now, which I assume that you need to hard code that as well, like
Expansion?
to make it be able to expand. It looks like it's not expanding by choice. Like it's not.
It just
It's
depends
not
on
an
when
option.
it is an option. It's in the action list. There are
Okay.
games where Nickbot gets up to 7 or 8 bases. It just depends on when the expand command shows up in the action
Oh, I
list.
think there is a borrowed link there actually. In the third.
Also, yeah, borrowed links would be a problem.
Yeah. It can't expand there. I think so.
Well, it could
knows
scan. you know.
Yeah, it knows to scan burrowed units, but it depends on if it scans that one and if there's an army there and all that.
Also,
Yeah.
only 2 orbitals. I'm not sure how many available
Yeah,
scans
true.
are there.
Yeah. But there's a lot to be improved, and I think you will continue working on the bot. Am I correct?
Yeah, at least for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. We'll definitely check this out on the coming community casts. So yeah, keep it going.
This is version 1.06 as well, and 1.06 is really, really bad compared to the one I just uploaded. It's
Oh, really?
1.07. Yeah, it's way more improved now.
Okay.
Then I'm
The
excited
micro and
to see.
everything
Mhm.
is pretty similar, but the way it learns is like 100 times better, at least. The new one
Okay.
doesn't have like any games because I uploaded it 2 hours ago.
Okay. Then I think next week we will have something to watch. Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
hopefully.
agree.
That's great. I'm still curious, like, who is going to win this?
I think now the Broodlords are out. If the Broodlords are microed correctly, that should be the end of that army.
Yeah, my Marines just run away from broodlings.
Yeah, if your
They'll
Marines are
shoot
not
them, but
going
they mostly just run.
Okay.
like here, okay? So I feel like there should be a mathematical formula that makes it possible to evaluate the situation here and understand that those Marine needs to go forward and stand behind those Broodlords and kill them.
Yeah, like I was saying before, the unit micro has like very little idea of the enemy's army. It basically just knows like what unit is close to it. It doesn't take into
Okay.
account how many units are in an area or their cost or anything like that yet. So
Yeah, so they're not.
that's why I think my micro is pretty bad, is because it doesn't, like calculate engagements or anything like that. Just basically shoots what's close and runs away.
It's been
Yeah.
doing quite nicely so far.
Yeah, I mean, it
Oh,
gets so far, but
the Broodlords, I think, are getting too close. They might kill themselves soon.
Yeah.
Well, not kill themselves, but walk into Marine range. But yeah,
Unfortunately, now
no, I'm sorry. Go, Savelas.
Kagaminen seems to be having quite substantial army lead at the moment, so I think this will be beginning of the end. So,
Yeah.
but it was really interesting, really interesting game.
yeah, I think if Nickbot had just managed to expand a little earlier, a little more, maybe it would have been a different outcome.
Yeah.
Or if those Marines dealt with the Broodlords. I think the Broodlords were you can tag it as an exploit. Like, your Marines right now don't know how to fight Broodlords.
Correct.
Like, if a Broodlords throws those things on them from far away, they just die to that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they'll just forever try to kite and end up dying.
Yeah. So I wouldn't feel bad about that because it felt like, other than that, you were going to win the game. Like, up to that point where the Broodlords just stood there and the Marines slowly died. Up to that point, you were winning, in my opinion.
Yeah, there was definitely a while there where I felt like I was in a really good position. So
It basically had Marines and Medivacs, couple tanks.
had some Hellions, and a couple Marauders, but yeah, that's about it. This game.
Yeah.
It knows how to build Vikings and Ravens, Cyclones, and Widow Mines as well, and
Okay.
siege tanks. That's it.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, those units that are stuck over there.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
that problem.
Oh god.
I need to work on. I need to develop like a placement method to build in
Yeah,
such a way
building
that
the-
I don't block pathing.
Yeah, that was huge issue for me, but now I'm able to do decently building placement. So also one of the interesting challenges to make Termbot.
Yeah, Terran seems to have the hardest time finding building placements, which is weird because it should really be Protoss because Protoss has more restrictions in terms of power and everything.
Yeah,
They don't
for
have
sure.
to. Units don't come out of their production structures, and they don't have to build as
Yeah.
many production structures.
Yeah,
So the pathing isn't as much of an issue. Like they have to worry about pathing when it comes to like the robotics, but not with their warp gates.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can separate your 10 gates who are just placed there in a way that's blocking any pathing possible from your robos and everything else. It's not a problem. But
And we
there
want
you
story
can build it like with an open path, and then you build an add-on, and the path is blocked,
yeah.
and a bot can get stuck on that pretty easily.
Especially the bigger unit like Thors, they are constantly behind your own buildings.
Thors and
I've a-
tanks, yeah.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
really bad problem with siege tanks doing that. I've had games against the in-game AI with like 20 siege tanks just stuck in a corner. The AI
think-
just comes and destroys me.
I think that one medevac should be used as evacuation via aircraft for your own units from your own base.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like to be able to tell when that's happening would be nice.
Well,
Pick the closest one on your main base and take it near to the close of the center of the map. So it should be good.
you can tell when that's happening because your unit is trying to move somewhere, but every frame it stays in the same location or like really close to that same location.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. I mean,
um,
definitely.
you
It's
can
obviously
you
possible.
can like locate it. You can listen for it. Let's call it like that.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
think
just something to add.
as soon as you know it's happening, you can also just lift the building and let them go through or whatever. I like the idea of like I saw many Terrans make repair stations, like a single point somewhere that air units go back and SCVs are waiting to repair them. So maybe you can also dedicate like a medevac for stuck units, like another utility unit that just fixes the flow of things.
I
It is
imagine.
probably worth having a method that that unsticks stuck units. It's easier to identify when a unit is stuck, and no matter how you set up your structures, they'll probably happen here and there anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Probably want both though.
Yeah,
A way to
yeah, you'll want both.
build in such a way to avoid pathing problems, but then also have a way in case it does happen.
It could also happen because of enemy building rushes, right? They could block your units in some ways. So it's good that you also have logic to solve it when it happens.
And like we're saying, even like things
Yeah,
like
for sure.
siege tanks can cause it to get blocked in.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna have to go grab some food. Thanks for organising it, and good to talk to everyone. And I'll be around
Yeah.
next week.
Thanks, Crypt.
Yeah,
When is the
that's
next broadcast of SC2?
Saturday at 9:00 UK time. So everyone, be there. It's
Okay.
going to be fun. All right,
It's going to be
catch you
fun,
later, guys.
definitely.
All
And
right,
yes, we
see you.
will be there.
See you.
I'm going to take off as well, guys. Thank you. It was really fun today. Welcome back, Ketroc. I missed you. I think we all missed you. Welcome
We
back, man.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Yeah, it was really nice to have you. See you.
See you. Bye, guys.
Bye
Catch you
bye.
guys later.
I think I'm going to head out also.
Yeah,
But
we'll
yeah,
probably just call it
was
there.
it was really fun today. And next week, same place, same time. Actually, there was a lot of people this time. I'm really happy. I'm really happy that we had so many people discussing today. So yeah.
Yeah, I had a great time. It was good to meet all you guys.
Yeah. Okay. So Ketroc, thank you very much for your company, and see you next time.
See you guys next week.
Catch you later.
Bye bye.